Hello everyone, welcome back to Royalty Soaps. Today we're making another soap in our Essentials collection. The Essentials collection is basically a representative bar in most all fragrance categories that people like to see in soap. Mint, lavender, and then vanilla. I did a custom vanilla fragrance that does not discolor all the way to black. If you've been watching me for quite some time, you know that a lot of vanillas really discolor your soap. And it could go from a very dark chocolatey brown to almost black. I have worked hard to craft a fragrance that will take it to a nice light shade of brown. Also added just the tiniest bit of light grit to the soap by using coconut husk powder, and also adding more skin loving goodness with coconut milk. So without further ado, let's make this soap. One of the key components of building my core line will be to create fragrance oils that are proprietary and exclusive to Royalty Soaps. This is one of those fragrances. It has notes of toasted coconut, warm almond, and vanilla bean, and this is the first debut ever of said fragrance. Now I'm going to measure out my sodium lactate. This is something that I add to all of my soaps. It comes in a liquid form. It helps with soap hardening, clean unmolding. It is a liquid salt and natural additive. Now let's measure out our coconut shell powder. I like to get mine from Brambleberry. Perfect. This may look like a lot, but it's a really big batch of soap. Now we're gonna measure out our kaolin clay. Kaolin clay and other clays have a lot of amazing benefits. Lots of people like to use kaolin as a base for face masks. They add a really lovely slip and feel to cold process soap. Wonderful. Got that all measured out. All right, another thing we're going to measure out is a bit of gold mica. So sparkly, so pretty. I also have some rich, extremely luxurious coconut milk. You can see how much I'm adding. So here is how we're going to blend. I have my lye water solution, and we're going to start by adding in our sodium lactate to our lye water solution. Pour that right in and pour in our titanium dioxide. This soap is going to discolor over time, but the titanium dioxide helps ensure that the discoloration is kind of even. So I'm going to blend that up. Perfect. Place the stick blender in my stainless steel container, which is not corrosive. Screw that lid back on, and then we'll add the additives to our oils. Here are our base oils all ready to go. We'll start by adding our beautiful color, our kaolin clay, and all this coconut husk powder. Gonna make sure this is fully incorporated. I'm gonna blend quite a long time. Beautiful. Now I can add in my coconut milk. Still haven't added my lye solution at this point. Blend that in. Now I can blend in my lye water solution. This is gonna be really full. And blend. Everything has been blended well. We're at a very light trace, so I'm gonna add my fragrance oil while I blend. Because this is one color, I have blended to about medium trace. Wow, vanilla bean almond, so good. Let's go ahead and gently pour this into our large slab mold. Right, very carefully, pour right into the center. Like I said, I blended until it was nice and thick. Wanted to make sure everything was incorporated. This looks like just the right amount of grit. Gonna make sure I wipe down the sides of my mold really well. Lots of people have been asking for an almond, vanilla, sort of creamy smell. I think y'all are really gonna love this one. It will discolor a little bit over time. It's not gonna stay this light, but like I've always said, sometimes discoloration is worth it with certain fragrances. Gonna tap this down, then I'm gonna smooth it out a little bit, make sure everybody is getting about the same and that we don't have any bars that are significantly underweight. It's a handmade product. It should vary slightly, but not that much. Just going to gently texture the top. I want this to look a bit like a vanilla bean gelato. gelato. You know, gelatos always have that like really insane texture. At least that's kind of how they look here in the States. I believe real gelato is kept kind of like closed off. You can't really see it if you get it from Italy. But here in the States, they display it in these like super thick scoops. This is one of my favorite things about soaps that are handmade is the variance in soap tops. The fact that somebody goes in and for every single bar creates this one-of-a-kind texture is so unique. It's like a painting. Can't ever be replicated once it's done. Perfect. Gonna spritz the top of this with rubbing alcohol. Stunning. I'm still trying to finalize a name for this. Right now, we're stuck at vanilla plus almond, but I want more than that. I really do. So I've been mulling around a couple of fun names. Feel free to leave your name suggestions down below. Gonna take this guy off the stand so you can really see that texture on this soap. We'll be back in 18 to 24 hours to split the slab into loaves and cut the loaves into bars after this quick commercial break. Look at this beautiful soap the next day. The discoloration is even. I did force it to go through gel phase by wrapping my entire mold in towels, and it will discolor a tiny bit more over time. But when formulating, I did specifically try to pick fragrances that wouldn't discolor too much. Gonna press down gently, and this is what our bars look like on the inside. And you can probably see what I was talking about when I referenced the middle of the soap being a bit higher and the end pieces being a bit lower. This is why it's really important to scrape, because even though I did do that, you can see the difference in bar sizes just in this one loaf. The fragrance really deepens as this soap has sat. So much vanilla, just a hint of that almond in there, a bit of sandalwood. It's so good. And of course, the coconut husk powder coming in to give the lightest of light grit.
I have a question of the day.
Oh, brother.
Oh, brother, here I am.
Oh.
Would you rather have a tattoo of a vanilla bean on your arm or legally change your first name to Vanilla?
Well, first of all, I feel like a vanilla bean tattoo could possibly be confusing because the vanilla bean pods kind of look like sticks. I feel like the name Vanilla isn't actually that bad. Like, I know that, I mean, maybe there could be some perception of that being like a really silly name, but I kind of like it.
Yeah, I don't know, honestly.
What fake rules are you about to make up after I give my answer? Because I'm probably going to go with the name Vanilla. So what are you going to throw at me? You're like, oh yeah, but I forgot to tell you. Your friends have to call you that too.
Well, no, everyone has to call you that. There's no Van, there's no Illa, there's no Lala. Like, there's no nicknames.
Okay.
It's just full name Vanilla every time somebody addresses you or talks about you.
Vanilla seems like a real sweet gal.
Okay, I like it. I'm sticking with naming myself Vanilla. But it doesn't really matter what I pick. It matters what they pick. Stop that! So you guys can answer the question of the day down below. This is my favorite soap of the collection for multiple reasons, but the coconut milk really doing some heavy lifting here. It's a lovely cleansing bar of soap. You're not gonna feel guilty about using it. And as I continue to craft soaps for this year, I want that to be a consistent theme. I want you to actually be able to use these daily use soaps and not feel bad about it. An affordable luxury that is also practical. It is one of my personal New Year's resolutions to cut back on frivolous spending. I'm trying to prioritize recyclable packaging in my personal life and supporting small businesses when and where I can. And I'm so excited for what that mindset shift means for royalty soaps in 2025. Thanks so much for watching today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one. So be sure you do something fun for yourself today. Go out there, make yourself a vanilla bean frappuccino, maybe eat some vanilla ice cream. I don't really care what you do. Just do something for you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Meow.